Evening. Always kills the Cavaliers and shooting the ball well again, and the Knicks are on this 20-10 run. Scotty, Cavaliers run up 11, 68-57. Looked like they were going to put some distance, and bang. Stephon Marbury and Crawford brought the Knicks right back into it, and now they can regain the lead on this possession.
Larry Brown's going to make sure his team fights to the final minute, and that's what they've done. And now they've kept themselves a ball game.
Drew Gooden's got to come back, and they're going after Zydrunas Ilgauskas with Eddie Curry, and Z gave him a facial there, and it'll be Cavalier basketball. For Curry, I think, got a little bit say maybe the figuring Z wasn't going to challenge a shot, and Zydrunas went after Eddie Curry.
Yeah, he sure did. Used his length that time, stayed high with a big left swat there to get that thing out of my paint.
Zydrunas with his third shot rejection, 2 of those blocks since he's come back here in the fourth quarter. Ilgauskas trying to set that pick for LeBron James. James, a wheel by Curry. Mike Wilkes for 3. Got it! Michael Wilkes, the young man from Rufus King High School in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Fantastic job. Mike Wilkes knocking down the second three-pointer of the ball game tonight. Who found him? LeBron James.
Channing's try. That didn't fall. LeBron James will swoop off his 5th rebound of the night.
Gets 2 more.
What we're talking about is a 7th straight game of 30 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists or better. Wilkes again. That one wouldn't fall for Michael Wilkes. Crawford on the bounce out. Jamal Crawford left it short. So did Curry. Neither finished, both with left hands. Wilkes will give it up. Marshall on the step through. Daniel got whistled for stepping on that sideline again. The Cavaliers look to enhance the lead, but we go back to this sweet 3 from Mike Wilkes.
I just love the way LeBron James finds his teammates, but when he hits them in, it's a strike right in the shooting area, right there between the waist and the numbers, and it's easy to just catch that basketball and just shoot in rhythm. It seems like it's going to go in before he even releases it.
Crawford turning the corner, and that's going to be a blocking foul on Mike Wilkes, and the Cavalier head coach Mike Brown doing that dance step here in front of us. Not
happy at all. Dancing down the sideline. Thought the defensive specialist Mike Wilkes was able to move his feet and stay in front of Stephon Marbury at that time. And it looked like he squarely had him in front of him, and he ran right. Marbury just ran right into his chest, but the referees didn't quite see it that way.
Stephon Marbury's had another big night. Stephon, 6 of 10 from the floor. He's perfect from the line. Go along with the 4 helpers and 4 boards, and he has hit a couple of throws, and see how big those possessions are. Cavaliers had a chance to Scotty go up 6, maybe 7, and now it's right back down to 2. Now James will turn the corner. LeBron got it up in the glass. Newell will keep it alive. Shot clock still going, though, as James did not draw any rim. Shot clock at 6. Wilkes got to get going. Wilkes will turn the corner. James. Deep 3. Crawford quickly the offensive end, and he threw it away. Wanted to find Richardson and threw it away.
Another turnover for the Knicks, a costly one that time. Had an opportunity to score in transition and tie this ball game up. Larry Brown's not happy about that, but happy the way his team is fighting and clawing.
Mike Brown wants a Cavalier timeout to talk about it. Mike Brown, the head coaching job back in June, as Mike Wilkes, that triple in the first half. Face-up 3 a moment ago. Hang on, everybody. Roller coaster time at the Q. With my partner, Scott Williams, Michael Wilkes has been an integral part of what the Cavaliers have done tonight. And now this big crowd here at the Q starting to get into it. Damon Jones is going to return with Eric Snow. So it'll be Drew Gooden, Eric Snow, Damon Jones, Zydrunas Ilgauskas, and LeBron James. The starting 5 for head coach Mike Brown. Stephon Marbury, Quentin Richardson, Eddie Curry, Channing Frye, and Jamal Crawford. So only 2 starters on the floor for the Knicks. LeBron James with 33 points tonight, going hard through the paint. Didn't drop for LeBron, and Marbury will run it down. Knicks can tie it up, maybe take the lead again on this trip.
Well, you got to keep the big players in front of him.
Marbury sweet stroking left side of the floor for the Knicks tie. Stephon's had a big night. He's got 20.
Nice little play that time, cutting off a high screen without the ball. catches it and turns and squares his shoulders and fires one into the basket. Good call by Larry Brown.
So Mike Brown opting to go back to his Cavalier starters, getting Eric Snow and Damon Jones on the floor. Now Snow got in the paint, got rejected by Marbury. Cavalier starting guards with only 5 points tonight. 1 hoop for Snow and 1 3 for Damon Jones.
Yeah, they're struggling a little bit, but where they can make their presence felt is defensively. Channing Frye takes a look at a jumper there. It wouldn't fall for him.
LeBron James with board number 6 as the Cavaliers have missed 5 straight. James will lower the shoulder. Damon Jones, good look at it. 3 wouldn't fall for Jones.
He's chilly tonight.
Damon has been unable to get back into that good rhythm of his. It saw him shooting it so well. Marbury on the blow by. That's Jamal Crawford. That 3 wouldn't fall. LeBron James, that's 7 board. LeBron James now ties Oscar Robertson's mark of 7 straight games with at least 30 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists as he continues his superb play.
That goes back to March 5th of 1966, last player to do that.
Zadrunas wheeling baseline, threw it over the hoop. No need a ball club. The Cavaliers have had 3 possessions, the Knicks 2 without any points on the board.
Both teams a little tight right now.
Cavaliers beginning a 6-game and 11-night West Coast trip. Can ill afford to let this one go away. Jamal Crawford will bury the jumper over Damon Jones. Knicks on top by 2. They've come from 11 down to regain the lead.
They're doing it as a team. There was for Stephon Marbury penetrating the big guy setting fix. This team looks like it's got good chemistry. They're fighting hard for one another out there tonight.
LeBron James through all kinds of traffic and is going to get to the free throw line on a Channing Frye. Knicks foul. All right, let's take a look at what's happening in Central Division with Central Cadillac Hummer update. And Flip Saunders has racked up back-to-back Eastern Conference Coach of the Month awards. November and December. So Zadrunas Ilgauskas to sit down tonight. Was he because of the foul trouble really never getting started? 8 points and 4 boards, and the Cavaliers have not had a point in the last 3:52 until LeBron James does something about that. 34 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists for the MVP candidate in this league. LeBron James trying to tie it back up for the Cavaliers. Can't do it as it's kicked out.
Watch the Knicks going inside now to Big Eddie Curry without the presence of Zadrunas Ilgauskas underneath.
Marbury turned the corner again and dropped it down as Jamal Crawford. And Crawford is just absolutely torturing the Cavaliers again here at the Q, just like he did in the 4th quarter. Although that game in April.
17 points here in the second half.
Cavaliers down by 3. Eric Snow gave it up. Marshall for the tie. Nope, going to come up short. Snow stole it away, and the Cavaliers will save. But they said Snow was on that baseline. So Eric tried to get it back, and we're going to get a timeout. The New York Knicks have come from 11 points down to take a 3-point advantage on that Jamal Crawford drive to the hole a moment ago. See if the Cavaliers have answers. The end of this one, Cavaliers of the Post right here on FSN, presented by Pontiac. Yeah, Austin Carr and Andy Baskin bring you all the highlights and numbers of tonight's game, all the interviews, insights. Cavaliers of the Post right after we're done here, presented by Pontiac. Michael Reggie with Scott Williams, and Scotty, things look good. It's 68-57. Cavaliers are up 11, 3 minutes left. But yeah, that young man that was drafted by the Cavaliers on draft night back in June of 2001, Jamal Crawford, and traded about 5 minutes later, switched picks actually. Chicago took Chris Mihm in the next pick. They swapped them out, and Crawford has been a Cavalier killer ever since.
Yeah, he has tonight. Look at this stat sheet, stuffer sheet. 23 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. Flat out getting it done for the New York Knicks.
Well, Mike Wilkes now and Stephon Marbury. Snow on Crawford. The Cavaliers really need to stop. Really need to stop here. Inside 3 minutes. That's Channing Frye. Good look at it. Fill it. Lead is 5. This kid could shoot it, and the Knicks. Scotty, I hate to say it, but this is a repeat of the 4th quarter, that game last April that we were talking about that really damaged the Cavalier hopes.
Channing Frye's got some big confidence to shoot that basketball there in the 4th quarter in a tight game. Didn't hesitate one bit. His stroke is pure.
See what the Cavaliers come to. Got to get something at the offensive end. Drew Gooden forcing it up. Wouldn't fall. And we're going to jump it up. Eric Snow and Jamal Crawford. Well, the Cavaliers have gone ice cold. The Cavaliers led 80. Check that. It was a 10-1 run. And so the Cavaliers had an 81-77 lead. And the Knicks, when I have gone on a 10-1 run, Cavaliers have gone, what, about 4.5 minutes without a field goal.
Yeah, you're right, Michael. Part of that problem is they're not getting anything at the point. Last time they scored a point in the paint was at the 10-minute and 28-second mark here in this fourth quarter. So, or it was 10 minutes and 28 seconds ago. So Cavaliers really hurt to find an answer from the outside. From the state, you live with that jumper, you can die by that jumper. And right now they're just not getting anything to fall.
Marbury will step through on Wilkes. Channing Frye got held by Michael Wilkes. On the Cavaliers, that is team foul number 3 here in the fourth quarter. Team foul. Well, 14 seconds on the shot clock. We're going to come inside 2 minutes left, probably, here in this Knicks possession. Zydrunas Ilgauskas is back, but it's been a 10-1 New York Knicks run, and Larry Brown's ball club looking to win their 4th in a row. You know what, Scotty? You look at the bottom of the Eastern Conference playoff race. They're only a couple games back of the 8th spot in the loss column. Said the Cavaliers had to have a stop a moment ago. They really need one here. Drew Gooden trying to save and lost it. Now that shot clock is at 3 for the Knicks as he swatted it away from Channing Frye.
Well, I don't know if it was a good play or a lucky play that time by Drew Gooden, but the Cavaliers will take it.
Crawford underneath the rim, but he didn't finish. Cavaliers got to push it now. 2-possession game, 1 minute and 50 left. Cavaliers haven't had a field goal make in almost 5 minutes.
Huge break on that one. Jamal Crawford had a point blank. Look at one, missed it. That would have put him up 7.
On LeBron James baseline, wheeling and dealing. That's Mike Wilkes for 3. Nope, came up short.
That was short all the way there. And then doing what you say. Nothing in the interior. Got Big Z back out there. You better throw something inside there and try to utilize it.
Cavaliers 6 of 26 from the land of 3 again tonight. They were 7 of 29 against Houston. That's a walk on Eddie Curry.
Yeah, look where the Knicks. Look. I'm sorry about that.
No, you say there. The Knicks are left.
They're going right. Yeah,
in it.
The Knicks are going right inside the net interior each and every time down the floor.
There are 77 seconds left for the Cavaliers to do something about a 5-point deficit as they have gone icy cold from the floor.
34 points a game. Then you got to get on a plane, go to Phoenix, where you got Steve Nash averaging a league leading 11 assists, and the Phoenix Suns who score 104 points for a ball game that leads the league there. So we got to come back. Our Cavaliers got to try to come back and find a way to win this one.
Zydrunas Ilgauskas with a face-up jumper that's short. The Cavaliers are 0 for their last 11 from the floor. Their last field goal make was now 6 minutes and 45 seconds ago.
Need a big stop here. Got to get it done with the defense. Get yourself a steal and a run out, a rebound and a run out.
Shot clock at 5. Marbury gave it up, got it right back and floated it home. And the Cavaliers in a world of trouble. Down by 7 with 45 seconds left.
Well, make something happen here in a hurry. You don't have a lot of time to waste.
Wine and Gold were up 11 as LeBron James cannot dial up to 3. 12 straight field goal misses. Crawford will run out. He's going to the free throw line. And folks, the Cavaliers are going to be faced with starting their road trip on Thursday night on what's looking to be a loss to the New York Knicks after having an 11-point lead late in the third quarter, missing their last 12 shots from the floor.
That's really a shame, too, because this the thing that the Cavaliers really did not do well all night long was protect that painted area. And that was one of the things that Mike Brown had talked about in training camp was going to be an emphasis of this defensive team was to stop teams from driving down the lane. And you saw all night long just Nate Robinson and Crawford and Marbury continually taking the ball to the basket. And when they weren't putting it in the hole from the interior, they were kicking it out the perimeter, and guys were knocking down Jays.
Cavaliers going to take a timeout to talk about it. Cavaliers led 81-77. 13-1 New York Knicks run. We'll be right back and finish it up here at the Q as as the Cavaliers search for some answers late in this one. And now they're saying it's just a 20-second timeout. All right. So we'll keep it right here. But Scotty, I said to me, this is almost like Cavaliers needed to treat it like the first game of the road trip. And they built the lead. But boy, is it going away in an awful hurry with the Cavaliers picking a terrible time to go ice cold from the floor.
Well, I'll tell you, Michael, I was with my buddies from New York, and Doug Cole and Lars Grano from Universal Remote Control out in Harrison, New York, and they were telling me that this New York big team has been playing a lot better and has found some chemistry, and they got a togetherness and a toughness out there that's starting to show up in the win column for them.
No question. They won 3 in a row, and now this is going to be their 4th straight, unless the Cavaliers have a definite miracle in their pocket. And again, it's kind of almost surrealistic that the Cavaliers had that 11-point lead. They were on a 15-3 run, but in the 4th quarter, nothing happening, and even it's afflicted LeBron James, who was 0 for 5 in quarter number 4. Channing Frye was holding LeBron James. And then there's going to be team foul number 4. And the Cavaliers are not in the bonus. I think a lot of this crowd here at the Q, better than 18,000, a little bit stunned, and the Cavaliers, Scott, are not going to get back in front of the home folks for 2 weeks.
There's some stun looked on the Cavalier players' faces as well as they try to hoist another 3 here and couldn't get one to go. They just have not been able to make a field goal. 0 for the last 13 field goals.
And this is almost a carbon copy of Thursday night against Houston. Cavaliers went 7 of 29 from 3-point range that evening in the loss. Tonight, just about the same. 6 of 28 from 3-point land. And you see how the Cavaliers, and we showed you coming on the air tonight, Cavaliers were averaging 102 points a game with Larry Hughes. It has come down to 89 points a game without him, and it's going to drop even lower than that here. As, you know, I kind of chuckled at all of you that didn't think Larry Hughes was playing good basketball with the Cavaliers. Well, as you know now, he's been fighting the finger injury and the Achilles all year long, but still averaging 16.5 points in his first year with LeBron James. So James going glass, and that ends the Cavalier drought, having missed their last 13 field goal attempts before the James make.
17:29 on the game clock.
The Cavaliers, though, down by 8 with only 17.5 seconds left. What's the mindset got to be going on the road, Scott, now for these next 6?
Well, psyche's obviously not too good. I mean, the Cavaliers have been playing some decent basketball, only 7 of their last 9 games, but to give up to this victory tonight to the New York Knicks team that only had 3 wins on the road all season long, has got to have you a little bit wondering how we're going to go out there with some of these better teams in the Western Conference and get some W's. And I'll tell you one thing they're going to have to do is look at this film tape and say, defensively, we just didn't show up.
Cavaliers gave up way too many easy buckets to the New York Knicks, especially in the second half. You combine that with not shooting the basketball well, and it's going to spell coming up in the short end. New York Knicks, big 4th quarter, much like last April when they put a severe damper in the Cavalier playoff hopes. Beat the Cavaliers now for the 4th time in the last 5 games. 92-84 the final. We're going to come back and break it down further for you as the Cavaliers fall in their last home appearance